So here's a quick entertaining one about a husband who gave his wife, who had a very solid and stable career until she had a breakdown and quit, an application to a local fast food restaurant because she wasn't getting off her tail to find another job and help out with the bills. You're going to see that this guy, she had a breakdown at work and it was tough, and he was patient and understanding, and for 5 months he was supporting her, paying everything, busting his butt, and she wasn't doing anything. Even at home, she was barely doing any chores and all that, and finally he had enough. And then we're going to go over here, guys, where you have to lay down the law, you have to establish boundaries, because there are people, even certainly your own spouse, that's going to take advantage of you. And I might add, if the situation was reversed, and the wife was working, and the husband quit his job because he was having a breakdown, and he was doing nothing, I'd be in agreement with her if she did the same damn thing. And we all know darn well, if a guy quit his job, and the wife had to do everything, he wouldn't go 5 months with doing nothing. He'd go barely 5 weeks before raising holy hell. That'd be a good one for you relationship folks. Titled, Am I the a-hole for giving my wife an online application to work at Arby's and telling her she isn't doing her share, so she needs to go back to work and I don't care where? And a shout out to my man Ash for sending me this story. He says, my wife and I have been married for almost 20 years. Before she quit her job, everything was pretty good. I made more than her, but we still did 50-50 chores split with the 2 kids. Our 2 kids are in middle school and high school. They have their own chores and are pretty independent. They get themselves up for school and are on the bus, no issue. Well, good job, Dad. Of course they should do chores. My wife used to work at a stressful job. I've been telling her for years to look for other jobs that have less stress before it blows up. She didn't. Had a breakdown and quit her job with no notice. That was 5 months ago, and I told her I can support us, but she needs to take up doing the chores, also looking for a new job. So let's review. She's having a highly stressful job, causing her a lot of stress, sleepless nights, and stuff like that. Okay. And he's like, hey, you can quit. Look for something else. No problem. I'm here for you. Da-da-da-da-da. Makes sense. Nope. Kept doing it until she had the breakdown. We can all question what was going on behind the scenes, but let's just take it at face value. Had the breakdown. Okay. Maybe she's severely depressed. Maybe she's got issues. He can help her, but she also has to help herself and work on herself. Well, listen to this. She has not kept up her end of the deal. I come home to chores every single day. I work more hours now, but I have to do a ton of chores when I get home. I'm getting close to burnout. It is work, work, and more work. Last month I sat her down and told her to write down what she did this week. It was a very short list. I wrote down what I did this week, and it was much longer. She told me she got the point and would do better. No, don't just say you're going to do better. Actually take action and do better. Otherwise, my foot's going to be up your butt pretty soon, sweetheart. Yeah, again, maybe she's depressed and all these things, but no, you got to help out. He's busting his tail and come home and do more work? More work than before? No, not cool. That lasted for about 1 week and went back to her doing nothing. I had my breaking point yesterday. I worked 10 hours to come home to a dirty kitchen and no food since she didn't go food shopping. I pulled up an application for Arby's and sent it to her. I informed her that she has this month to get a job and I don't care where. Clearly, she isn't helping with the house, so she needs to make more money to help out. You know what? I don't blame him. Do you think any American woman or any woman in the West would go 5 months to this point, to reaching a point where the guy had enough? 5 months, any American woman? No fucking way. 5 weeks is a stretch. I mean, you might get 5 days. Oh, they would be on you and complain to all their friends and their family and anybody that would listen. So this started an argument, and she thinks I'm being a huge jerk. Really? He's being the huge jerk here? No. It's only been a few months since she quit. Also, I'm not being compassionate enough and need more time to recover. If it takes her 5 months to recover whatever breakdown she had, why isn't she seeking professional help? I'm sure he would have mentioned that if she was seeing a therapist a couple times a week on some kind of, if necessary, prescription medication, antidepressant, something like that, seeking professional help. I don't hear anything about that. I think her professional help is sitting at home on the couch and watching the fucking View in the morning and other dumbass shows. That's her dealing with her breakdown. No, not cool. This guy's been more than accommodating, and you have to live up to the end of the bargain. It takes two parents to run the family. But no, not the a-hole at all. I think he did a good job, and he's going to have to turn the screws and lay down the law more otherwise. So you know what, honey? I've been trying, and if you're not going to act together, we're no longer a family, and I'm going elsewhere. Of course, he'd get hit, and she may try to call his bluff, but you can't do that, guys, and it's unfortunate. Now some comments, because the comments are interesting. There are a lot of people on his side, but there's also people on her side. He's not being compassionate enough, and blah, blah, blah. Maybe she's mentally ill, and blah, blah, blah. Believe me, this guy had been trying. One guy says, not the a-hole. What is with this sub? OP had literally supported his wife in everything 5 months, completely burning himself out in the process, and has hit the end of his capacity to deal with this. And everyone immediately jumps down his throat for not being supportive enough. How long is it supposed to go on? Another 6 months? Another year? Forever? Yeah, the comment section was tearing him a new one. What happens when the OP completely burns out himself and now no one is working or cleaning? Yeah, what are they going to do? Make the kids quit school and go get a job? Sometimes life sucks, but bills need to get paid and housework needs to get done. When does OP get to be supported instead of having to be the support? Another one. Take a week's vacation from work in a couple of weeks, but tell your wife you put in your notice due to burnout. Then work up a new budget based on only your savings. It's not fair that she gets a physical, mental, and financial break at your expense. This isn't a partnership, and she doesn't care about the negative impacts to anyone but herself. Even if she feels guilty and depressed due to her actions, her continued avoidance is causing continued harm. Yeah, well, I'm going to be quitting my job, honey, now, and we're going to live off our savings. And this is our new lifestyle. How long do you think that's going to last? Another one. Not the a-hole. You tried having several discussions with her, and it went nowhere. You can't set yourself on fire to keep others warm. I love that saying. It's wonderful. Especially when children are involved. She needs to find a way to pull her weight. That may mean going to therapy or getting on antidepressants. But you can't continue on how things are. Exactly. He's been more than patient. She is taking advantage of him. And one more. Not the a-hole. These comments are wild. In other words, people giving him shit. You warned her about the stress and to seek another job as you were making more than her anyway. She doesn't listen and quits. You support her for half a year. Now you are at your breaking point because she has done little to nothing in this time frame, which means you have been picking up her slack while working. You both compared what you do, and she understood that she was slacking and doing nothing. That did not work either. Now you reached your breaking point and tell her to get a job because she obviously isn't helping you at all. I love how you are all ignoring the OP and have been supporting her in half a year while she does nothing. Then you call him an ass because he reached his breaking point. If she has such issues and need help, how about she communicate this to someone? You are absolutely right. Marriage is a partnership where you support each other. Well, where is her support for you? Why are you ignoring OP's well-being? His breaking point is telling her to do at least something to help out, even if it's a job at Arby's. Obviously, she's not going to do anything at home, so job it is. There you go. So I don't blame this guy at all, and I wish him the best. But yeah, guys, you gotta stand strong, and you have to establish boundaries. And there are people that'll take advantage of you, and it's terrible. I still think she probably is having depression, and depression can be crippling. Fine, fair enough. Then, she need to be into some therapy and maybe some antidepressants if that's the absolutely necessary. But I don't hear anything about that. So clearly, she just wants to sit around and fucking watch television all day. But so. Good job to him. I think it's funny. And again, if the situation was reversed, I'd be absolutely backing her up, saying the same thing to a guy. Arby's, McDonald's, Burger King, whatever. So, good story.